Hi, guys. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me again for this workshop, which we're going to go over practical tools for financial management. In a previous workshop, we discussed goal setting, and I think a lot of you are here right now with us because you want to take your business full time. You want it to replace your income. You want to do your business. You want to work for yourself and work in your own business versus working for someone else in their company. And so around, setting your goals is just one part. Beyond that is making sure your finances are in line to make sure you can leave your job. So, one of the things I'm going to discuss today is going to be some practical tools that can help you do that. So, just a little bit about myself. My name's Leilani. I'm CEO of B Chic LLC and the B Chic Retail Group. My company has been in business since 2010. We've seen highs and lows and various business cycles since that time. And one thing I learned through every cycle and through the 14 years of being in business is that knowing your finances, knowing your numbers will be crucial, not only for growth, right? And for getting yourself paid, but if you want to have stability, because part of going into your business or going into business for yourself is to achieve the dream of working for yourself, being able to do whatever was on your vision board, and enjoying your time while here on this beautiful planet. And you will need money to do all of those things. And part of having a sustainable business is really diving into your numbers. I know a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of new business owners, the first thing they think is they need to get an accountant or a bookkeeper to handle all of the finances for them. And where, yes, a bookkeeper will help you, I did it. The first 4 years of my business, I had a bookkeeper. And I had someone else that handled the numbers for me. And the lessons that I learned along the way were, yes, my paperwork was in line. And yes, I was getting profit and loss statements every month from this bookkeeper. And yes, they would flag some overspending here or there, but I didn't have a grip on my own finances. I didn't know where could I afford to take some risks, or where did I need to cut back, or where did I need to, if I was trying to strategize for growth, I didn't know my numbers enough to strategize correctly. So you can't hand everything off. As easy as it sounds, just get a bookkeeper, get an accountant. You really cannot hand everything off to them and just wash your hands and say, I'm done. You have to have a grip on your finances. If you ask any major CEO, they know their numbers. They know the company's financial structure. They know how much money, how much revenue is coming in, how much overhead per month, what's their net profit from the year before. They know their growth strategies around how much money they will be investing in certain projects. They know their numbers. And so it's very important as business owners, we do not shy away from learning our numbers. And so that's what we're going to go into today. So what are we going to cover? There's three parts of this workshop that I'll be going through with you. The first part is talking about the digital shift in business finance. Yes, there is a digital shift. There's no more manual ledgers, okay? And we're going to go over how to adapt to that. Then we're going to go over what to look for when you're looking for accounting software. And yes, guys, I know accounting, but it is 100% necessary that you have good accounting software that can keep up with your business and grow with your business. The cost of not adapting, okay? Because there is a cost to not adapting. If we do not evolve and if we do not grow, we stay behind. Okay, so talking about that digital shift, right? So let's talk about some of the benefits of I knew I was gonna get my tongue tied on this one. Digitalization. First, real-time financial insights. Okay. There's no more 2, 3 day lag, or let me talk with my accountant or bookkeeper and I'll get back to you. You have real-time access to your financial insights when you go digital. You're able to integrate with other business systems. So, business has a company has multiple departments. Well, any business has multiple facets of their business, and each system is run differently with different processes. So, being able to integrate all of them to work cohesively is one of the benefits of going digital. And then the other thing is being able to access it from any device, whether it's an iPhone, an iPad, Android, laptop, whatever you want, whatever digital device that's able to hook to Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access your financial insights from anywhere. And then there is this evolution, right? I told you that going in this digital shift of business finance, you're transitioning from manual bookkeeping. So I remember my father and my mom, whenever they made a transaction in their bank account, they had one of those little checkbook, I forget what they're called, little ledger things, and it was attached to the checkbook, and they would go and write down every expense that they took by hand. And that was tedious. Or you saved a bunch of receipts, and at the end of the day, you went and recorded everything down. That transitioned to Excel spreadsheets, right? People started doing that instead of in their physical ledger. They started recording things on Excel spreadsheets. We have evolved beyond Excel spreadsheets now, because all of that takes your time to manually record a transaction. Now we've transitioned to having it done automatically, right? And having it done automatically, what does it do? It speeds up efficiency, all right? And it keeps things accurate, because that's another thing. If you're doing things by hand, you are increasing the chance of error. But if it's doing it digitally, it reduces the chance of error. So there are more chances of things being recorded more accurately. And then, like I said, businesses evolve, and so do the systems that we use. So either we adapt to the evolution of business, or we get left behind. And what happens when you get left behind? In this case, if you're starting your business, you never start. The rocket never launches, and you end up down in ground zero. Okay. So Socrates says a great little quote here. He says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Right? And I find this so applicable to what we're just talking about. Adapt or get left behind. Because if you continue to keep fighting the old, right? So you're like, oh, I just don't want to do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'll just give it to someone else. Oh, later on. Or you just throw it to the side, right? You're fighting it. You don't have a chance of starting anything new. Well, that's the way I take this quote. How do you guys take it? So let's talk about what features to look for. Okay. When you're going and looking for a financial system, and when I say a financial system, I'm talking an accounting software. So in this case, I put QuickBooks because that's what my company and our company, Sage Consultants, is using at the moment. And so most of the pictures you're going to see are going to be from the back office of QuickBooks. Now, I do want to let you guys know, and a disclaimer here, we are not affiliated with QuickBooks. We are not getting paid by QuickBooks. I just want to make sure that I'm helping you guys with real life scenarios. And this is the tool that we are currently using ourselves. Both B Chic LLC and Sage Consultants are using to help manage our finances and to collect the data and to record the transactions. So whatever tool that you decide to go with, we are going to go over what features to look for. Okay. So one of them is look for a financial management tool that's set up for small business. Okay. There are a lot of tools out there, and some of them actually are set up for small business, but then they have larger subscriptions, or they have larger systems set in place to handle your growth as it goes along to enterprise level. Okay. You're also looking for a solution that not only handles your bookkeeping, okay, you want it to do invoicing, you want it to give you accurate reporting, okay, and then you're looking for a system that has cloud-based access. So you could have a choice. It can be on premise because sometimes people are kind of leery of the security. We're going to go over that later. And they rather have a system that's able to be accessed only on premise, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And then they want a cloud-based system, right? And that, in our case, I'm very happy with our cloud-based system that I can be able to access it at any part of the world that I'm in. Another feature to look for is, like I spoke about, is invoicing and payment. So you're looking for easy invoicing. You're looking for easy payment processing. It'd be helpful if it has customizable invoice templates, right? And then if it has reoccurring billing and automatic reminders. So I have a pool guy, and my pool guy, and so this would be great for any service-based business, right? My pool guy automatically sends me bills, our monthly bill through, and he's using QuickBooks. He sends it automatically to my email at the same day of the month, the same time of the month, our bill for the month. And right there within that pay, he has an email it has a customizable invoice template that he used. And right there's a little button I can click. And if I already have a credit card saved to my account with him, I just say pay. Or if I don't, I'm able to enter in the credit card details and then press pay. And then I go ahead and get a confirmation email right away that I've paid this, and he gets it settled into his account. Very, very seamless. It doesn't require him waiting for me, because back in the day, he used to have to knock on the door with his little Stripe card thing and swipe the credit card, or I had to go and write a check to him or run to the ATM and get cash. Long gone are those manual days. Now everything is digitized, and it's so much easier for him because now he's able to focus on servicing pools, gaining more accounts, and not having to worry about the accounting aspect of recording transactions and accepting payments. So having that was really good for him, and having that for you is important as well. So when he's accepting payments, right, and this is again the back office of QuickBooks, the payment systems, the payment gateways are integrated with QuickBooks. So the moment I submitted my payment to him, it is recorded in QuickBooks, and he has dashboards that will go and show him. So this is a picture of one of the dashboards that will tell you, okay, hey, look, you have this many invoices that are unpaid, and you have all of these that are paid and deposited into your account, right? So if you had any unpaid invoices, if he had any unpaid invoices, it'll show up right here, and then he can send reminders. He can go ahead and send payment reminders. If you remember in the previous slide, reoccurring billing and automatic reminders. So if I don't pay him within, say, a couple of weeks, an automatic reminder will show up, say, hey, I think you forgot something, or just by the way, letting you know I haven't received payment yet, or whatever blurb you want to use or he uses, just to kind of nudge him, say, hey, don't forget about me. And then over here, whether or not I've paid, or whether or not your customer has paid, will show up over here as well. Okay. Another feature to look for when you are looking for a financial system, a financial tool, is if it has synchronized import of expenses. This is huge. Okay. Especially if it's cloud-based, having the ability to link your bank account or link your credit cards to your financial system is super, super helpful. I cannot tell you how much time it saved me. Every time I swipe the card, or an ACH deposit or debit has come out of the bank account, those transactions are automatically synchronized and imported into QuickBooks, right? And all I have to do is just go in and categorize. The other feature is really, really important to have is for your receipts. You do not want to have a system that does not have a way of taking pictures of your receipts. Taking pictures of your receipts on your phone and then manually going and uploading it to your digital system is a pain in the butt. First of all, it's taking up bandwidth. Pictures do not upload as quickly. You typically have to be somewhere within Wi-Fi in order to do it. And if you're traveling around the country or in different parts of the world, sometimes there isn't that option just to go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi. So having a feature that you can have it is easy just to snap and save to your system is wonderful. And then the other thing is to track and manage vendor bills. Okay. So you have payments coming in from your customer, but what about the payments you're sending to your vendors? So if you have a purchase order that came in, it could be recorded into your financial system and it'll allow you to find out, okay, have I paid them yet? What are my terms? When is it due? And you can go ahead and plan your payments within your own financial system. So having the ability to track and manage vendor bills is pretty huge. And this over here is just a snapshot. Again, QuickBooks has it where you can take a picture of a receipt. It has an AI tool built in that will extract the information already in the receipt and digitize it for you. And then it'll even make a suggestion on where it thinks it should be categorized. They'll tell you who it's from, the amount. And if you agree with the information extracted from your receipt, you press the green button for record, and that's it. That's done. Super, 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 super easy. Okay, so when I talked about categorizing expenses, this is again, this is just a snapshot of the back office. Your transactions are getting imported in from your bank account or they're getting imported in from your credit card. And then it'll tell you, okay, where do you want to put it? What category? You just click on the drop down box and then decide where it needs to go. If your rent payment came out, then you would click the drop box and say lease and rent, click save. If it was for gas, you would click on the drop box, auto gas, click save. And that's it. And now you just go down the list and categorize your expenses. Again, super easy. And the great thing about it is it gives you a granular view, and I'll show you later, a granular view of where your money is going. This is huge. Having a system that gives you access to financial reporting at any point in time, whether it's historical or present. Okay. I love the fact of being able to go into my QuickBooks account and say, okay, I want to know how much was my profit and loss this time last year. And I'm able to run a report and see, and then compare between this time last year and current time right now and see where I'm at. I don't need to go to a bookkeeper or an accountant and wait 2 or 3 days for them to give me that information. I can just do it myself. All right. And so over here, this is a picture of a balance sheet. Okay. And the balance sheet is a breakdown of assets, liabilities, and shareholder equity. So it's just really a snapshot of just saying, where's all your money currently at? You know, which accounts do you have them in? Where maybe you need to move some money around. It's just giving you a real quick breakdown of where your money is at that moment. And this is a cash flow statement. Okay, so I'm showing you right now the 3 reports that I pay attention to. There are numerous reports out there, but if you are just starting your business or if you're looking to start your business or you've just started your business, or even if you've been in business for a couple of years now, these are the most 3 important statements to really look at just to get a snapshot of where your business is at financially. Okay. The next report is a cash flow report. Okay. Cash flow shows how cash entered and exited a company during an accounting period, right? So in this case, we were looking at January 1st through October 4th of 2023. And this is just showing, okay, money came out, money went in, money came out. This is how much net cash you have around. Again, owner investments, shareholder distributions. It is just telling you where your money went during this time period, and then how much money you have currently sitting cash on hand liquid. Okay, so this is liquid cash, a liquid cash snapshot of your business. Profit and loss statements. I love these. I mean, I know, right? It sounds kind of nerdy and stuff like that, but I do because it is a breakdown of both my revenue and my expenses. So this is where I told you about getting granular. You're able, when you're going in and categorizing your transactions, so if rent was paid, if it needs to go to gas, or maybe it needs to go to wages because you paid out a contractor, or maybe it needs to travel, you're traveling and it needed to be recorded as a travel expense. You're able to get really granular on where your money goes. So this serves two purposes. First, it's going to tell you if you're actually making money or losing money, right? Profit or loss, okay? But it's also going to be able to show you maybe where you can cut down, where you're overspending, if there was any discrepancies in how much money was spent from one month to the next. You can do a little bit of research. So that comes from your profit and loss statement. So this is a snapshot of sales, okay? So this is really just going in and saying, okay, here's the sales that have come in or revenue that's come in to the company. This is the amounts that came in by month, right? You can track and see how much money's come in by month. And then if you've seen steady growth happening from a particular customer over time, maybe that's going to signal to you, I need to double down on this customer, invest more time and money into making even more money with this particular customer. But this will give you a great way of just tracking your expenses, tracking your revenue month to month. And you can have the choice of printing it only for 1 month to see it only at 1 month, or year or last year. So I really love the flexibility of being able to access profit and loss statements by month. Again, QuickBooks allows that. There are other financial systems out there that do that. This is just a feature that you should be looking for when you're shopping around. And this is just a little bit more kind of showing you even further breakdown of how you can get really, like I said, granular, itty bitty transactions over time. You could have cost of goods sold, right? Most people think cost of goods sold is just, okay, how much I paid for that particular, I paid $1 for it, I sold it for $5. And I think their cost of goods sold is only the cost of that good. Well, there's more associated with that. Did you pay commissions out in order to have that product sold? Was there any labor involved with making sure that product maybe was quality inspected, or if it needed to be packaged? What was the packaging that was to get that product packaged? So cost of goods sold is everything it needed to, like all the materials and labor around getting that product sold, okay? And then you can even just, again, really granular down here, auto. You can go in and just say, okay, what did how much am I spending on auto? Did my auto payment go up? If so, why? Did my gas, am I spending more on gas than I should? And, just really going out, and it gives you a really good snapshot of where your money went. So another feature that you should look for when you're looking for your financial system is payroll and employee management. Okay. For the first, I think first 6 years of being in business, I used a company that was strictly for payroll, and I ended up paying them an arm and a leg to only do payroll. Until I discovered QuickBooks, and again, there are other systems that do this. I discovered QuickBooks had a payroll employee solution that I was able to save. I was only paying maybe 25% of what I was paying to run payroll, and they handled all of the preparation as far as getting them set up into the system and reporting taxes to the state and Fed. It really streamlined my entire payroll processing, where the only thing we had to do is just enter hours. And some systems have it where they'll even track your hours. They can give apps that an employee can download on their phone and clock in, clock out. I mean, it depends on if you want to give them the flexibility of being able to have access like that. But there are systems out there that have that, and it's so easy because it's another thing that's off your plate that you don't have to do. And managing and paying contractors was huge too. I have multiple 1099 contractors where I need to pay them on a regular basis, and I can just go into my financial system, enter how much they need to be paid, categorize where it needs to go in our accounting system, and submit. And the payment is sent to the bank account that they set up on file. And so tax features, I mean, let's be realistic. One, not only are we looking for a financial system that can track your expenses and it can track your sales and revenue, you're looking for something that's going to be accurate because you got to file taxes. Okay. So the great thing is these digital financial systems now have a way of automating sales tax calculation. So sales tax varies by state. And so depending on which state you are in will be a different percentage, not only state, but some, like we're in Florida, so we don't have state sales tax, but we do have county sales tax, right? So our county, it varies from county to county. If you're in a state where you have not only county and state sales tax, you can find a financial system that can calculate for both. And that's very important, right? Because you need to have accurate numbers to know what to report to the state. And also it'll be able to track, you look for a system that'll be able to track tax deductible expenses as well. So in my case, I have a lease that goes under our business. Well, not only is the lease payment tax deductible, the insurance is tax deductible, the gas is tax deductible. So all of the things around running that vehicle under our business, as long as it's a business related business related purpose that I'm using the car for, I'm able to deduct everything off of that, and my financial system will do that for me. Okay. And so really what ends up happening is at the end of the year, it makes it so simple for you just to print off your tax deduct, or in my case, I just print off my balance sheet, cash flow statement, and my P&L for the year. And I hand all three of those to my accountant. I still have an accountant, and that accountant I have for purposes of filing anything with the state or filing anything with the federal government or for my company and filing my taxes. So you can have an accountant on part-time. You don't need one full-time. Okay. If you find the correct financial system for you. So Benjamin Franklin says this really cute quote. He says, in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. Okay. You don't file your taxes correct, guys, you will be facing the penalty of death. No, I'm playing. You're not going to die, but it'll feel like you're dying because you're going to have to pay back not only what's owed, but all the penalties around it if you do file your taxes incorrectly. So make sure you know your numbers. Now, another thing to look for is making sure that your financial system that you decide on can connect with other platforms. So in our case, e-commerce sellers, so we want the ability of making sure that our financial system is able to connect with other e-commerce platforms. So that way the sales, those administrative fees, all the expenses around what I'm paying to that platform are being recorded in my financial system automatically. And then again, connecting to your bank is going to be huge. Being able to connect with your bank or credit cards. So that way those import of information, those transactions are imported in automatically, and not you having to record them manually. And then having a system that simplifies data sharing, okay, because it can go both ways. So you want QuickBooks to be able to import information out, or I say QuickBooks, but your financial system, whatever financial system you decide, you want that system to be able to export information out along with import information in, okay? And then mobile access. This is a great feature to look for when you're shopping around. You want to be able to access your financials on the go. I gave you a scenario earlier that if you needed to have someone was proposing you with an investment opportunity, and they needed to know your numbers, or you need to know your numbers, you don't have to go and say, let me get with my accountant and call you back. You can have access to it right then and there and then make a decision. And then having it be safe and secure in the cloud system. We're going to talk about security in a minute, okay? And another thing is making sure that it has features that will allow other teams or your employees to collaborate with you on specific projects. So this is about security and compliance. This is something that I keep mentioning because this is something that's been a constant, not issue, but it's been a concern of our client family that we've helped and other people that I've talked to, other business owners that I've talked to. They're worried about security and compliance because I completely understand fraud is real. It has happened. I've been a victim of it. And I like to say it like this. Even if you go and take your credit card and you put it at the gas pump and you buy, you're just you're paying your gas right there at the gas pump. You are already susceptible to someone swiping your credit card number there. Okay. If you go and enter your credit card details for an online purchase, someone can easily hack you there. Okay. It's around us. It is there. Cybersecurity is a thing. These financial systems that are open and sold to the public, these financial systems that are offering, accounting and stuff like that for you for small businesses have undergone strict certification processes at the federal level, okay, just to even be able to sell their product to you publicly. And so you're going to look for systems that are telling you that they're federally regulated, that they have data encryption, that they do regular backups of your information in case something happens and their system goes down, you can access your information. And you're going to look for stuff that has multi-factor authentications. So I don't know if you guys experienced it yet, but I have multiple, places, financial institutions, and even in the case of my financial system, that when I log in, it's sending me a text code to my phone that I have to authorize or that I have to enter in so it can make sure that I am the authentic person logging into this account and not a hacker. So look for those things when you are shopping around to make sure they're compliant and that they have some extra security features. And be rest assured that if they do, the chances of a huge hack going down are going to be very slim. Does it eliminate all the risk? No. But like I said, in your everyday life right now, there's a risk of being hacked, right? This is no different, but they do have security features in place to make it as small of a risk as possible. Another thing you want to look for is going to a financial system that, they've been around for a while. Okay. First of all, they didn't just start up last year. And why I say you're not looking for something that's relatively new is because you want good support and training resources. And something that's been around for a while, they typically already have a bunch of YouTube videos from other people using that same software that can help answer questions that you might have, or even webinars. There's a lot of people especially for QuickBooks, there's a lot of people who offer webinars for QuickBooks, depending on how extensive you want to go into that software. I operate QuickBooks at a very superficial level, okay, but it's enough to operate our business. And if I need any more detailed help, that's, like I said, when I reach out to my accountant, or even then I pick up the phone and I'm able to call customer support, right? So you're really looking for something that didn't just start yesterday or last year, and it has a wider range of ways to get support if you're looking for it. Let's talk about the cost of not adopting. I talked about security before because this has been a concern in the past with a lot of people, especially going cloud-based. And my question to you is, well, what's the cost of not adopting? So let's say you decided not to use a financial system that's cloud-based because you're fearful it's going to get hacked. How much time are you sacrificing in order to secure yourself? Because let's be realistic. Even if you recorded every single transaction in an Excel spreadsheet and saved it to your desktop, your computer can still get hacked, right? Or if you wrote everything down in a physical ledger and you put it in a safe over here in your house, something could happen to your home. Some sort of peril could happen. You could lose that data, right? So what is the cost of not adopting? You can save yourself a lot of time and manpower by having those financial tools sync to your bank, sync to your credit cards, right? And in our case, we're e-commerce and we sell a physical product. So we have it linked directly to our inventory software, right? We do marketing campaigns. We have it link up financial transactions to our advertising systems. So by having that financial system linked to the various other systems we use in our business, it saves so much time. I'm not having to hire an additional person to record all that. And then let's talk about accurate data. Again, if you're doing it physical notations or even on Excel spreadsheets, it increases the risk of error. Okay. We're humans. Human error is a thing. Hi, guys. My name's Leilani. I made plenty of human errors. But you reduce the risk of human error by having things automatically syncing or importing in, and it kind of ensures that data coming over is accurate. And then you can grow, right? By streamlining your processes, if just alone in the financial system, you're enhancing your business, right? And you're leading yourself and setting yourself up for growth and sustainability in your business. So Paul Getty goes and says, to succeed in business, to reach the top, an individual must know all it's possible to know about that business. And I put this at the end of our presentation because your core fundamental purpose in business is your why, correct? And most of our whys are around things that we need for ourselves, right? You know, family or friends or life pursuits. And in order to do those things, we need to be able to afford to do these things. Whatever your dreams are, we'll need money in order to achieve most of them. Okay. And your business is your vehicle in order to gain that money to fuel your desire, right? So knowing your numbers of how you're going to get that money, how to manage that money, and how to plan to make more of it is essential. So your financial system is really core on making sure you can grow your business to profitability and achieve those pursuits that you're looking to achieve. So I want to talk about some sample financial tools. Again, our business uses QuickBooks, okay? But there are other ones out there. There's Xero, there's FreshBooks, there's Wave, there's Zoho. Each one of them has different functionalities. And each one of them has pros and cons, okay? QuickBooks works for our business, but maybe it doesn't necessarily work for yours. And it will take you doing some research to figure out what your business needs. So examine your business needs. Take a look at what I said you should be looking for in a business and financial system. Take a look. And then examine if your business needs all of those features. If it doesn't, then just cross them off the list and only focus on the ones it needs. And then look for a system that has those features your business needs. That way you can make sure you are aligning yourself with a system that's perfect for your business, okay? If you need help, sageconsultants.com. You can book a one-on-one. We're here to help you. So let's recap. We talked about the digital shift in business, right? Adapt or be left behind. That's the only way I can really put it. It's blunt, but it's real. Okay. If you want to keep, doing things manually and writing it on Excel spreadsheets, sure, you can, but know that you will be spending time that could be better used somewhere else in the growth of your business. Okay. We also went over what to look for in an accounting software, right? What features should you be looking out for? And then we also spoke about the cost of not adapting, right? Adapt or being left behind. Well, there's a cost associated with that. It's manpower, it's cost opportunities. Are you potentially losing out on opportunities of investing in some other business or in another venture and because you don't know your numbers, or you don't accurately know your numbers? You might have an idea of them, but you don't accurately know them, and you don't have easy access to them. Okay. So just think about these things. Again, sageconsultants.com. If you have any specific questions around your specific business, please reach out. You can book a one-on-one with us, or so you can send us an email, or you can join in the online forum and ask some questions there. But there are resources out there to help you and answer your questions. So please reach them. You do not have to do this alone. I want to stress this. Most entrepreneurs, we are so driven, we are so smart that we think we can do most of it by ourselves. And I'm here to tell you, if you really, really want to succeed, okay, truly and honestly want to succeed with your business, leverage the knowledge of others will be crucial for you. Okay. So if you have questions, do not be embarrassed. Reach out. Reach out for a hand. Okay, guys. And then I'm going to leave you with some homework. Okay. So our homework, it's really thought-provoking homework. And there's going to be 7 questions here. So you have a choice of answering one question a day, right? Just in the morning when you're sipping your coffee, and just contemplating life and loving life, you can ask one question a day, or you can answer them all at the same time. It's up to you. But what I don't want you to do is answer them not being your authentic self and not doing it honestly and thinking this is, where you wish you are. No, I want you to answer it as in the present moment. Okay. So first question is, am I using digital finance software? Be honest. If you're not, it's okay. And if you aren't using digital software, why? I want you to ask yourself, why? Does your financial software work for you? So if it's not digital, that's fine. But what are you using to record your numbers? Okay. If it's an Excel spreadsheet, put Excel spreadsheet, and then does it work for you? If you think it works for you, why does it work for you? Why do you think it works for you? Okay. How comfortable are you using your digital system? So again, if you are using a digital system, you're putting here yes or no and why. If you are not using a digital system, this really doesn't apply to you. But if you are using a digital system, how comfortable are you? Do you feel like you're knowledgeable in what you're doing? Do you have a good grip on it? Do you feel you need more help with it? Or maybe you dabbled into it. Maybe you signed up for a digital system, a financial system, and you went and you connected all your bank accounts, you did everything, and then you stopped. Okay. So if you're not comfortable with it, tell us why. Why aren't you comfortable? How proficient are you at extracting the insights from your reports? This is huge. Okay. A lot of new business owners that I've come across have an idea of what they're looking for. They're more familiar with a profit and loss statement and not so much with a balance sheet or cash flow statement. And they don't know how that would apply to their business. And that's okay. These are, again, I've been in business for 14 years and I've dived deep into my finances and had to learn these for my own reasons. Okay. And my own journey led me to learn what these are. A lot of times new business owners do not know about these reports and how it affects their business. So if you're not proficient, I want you to put in there yes or no, right? Or no. And then do you want to be? Okay. And which report appeals the most to you? I'm building little things in here for you. And this next question is, am I using more than one system to track business expenses and analytics? A lot of times there are people who have been using just a very general Square, something that's just tracking their sales coming in, or something that's over, like their bank sometimes will give them a breakdown of where their expenses went. If that's one system, and then they go and record it in an Excel spreadsheet, that's another system. So if you're using more than one system, say yes, and how many systems are you using and what they are. Could I streamline my systems to be more efficient? So if you are using that, if you are using your bank accounts break, or your bank's breakdown of your monthly statement in an Excel spreadsheet to record something else, If that works, if you feel that works for you and you don't have any gaps, then you can say, no, I don't think I need to streamline anything. And if you do feel like it needs to be streamlined, put there yes and what you would like streamlined. And then do you review your business finances daily? Again, this is huge. Okay. Your finances should be reviewed on a daily basis. If they are not, that's okay. Put there no. And then I want you to state, how will you cut time out of your day to make sure you are reviewing your finances? And what will you specifically be looking for in your finances? All right, guys. This is for you, okay? This is not something you have to turn in. I'm not the grade school teacher that'll be grading your homework. No, this is more for your own reference. This is to get you to start thinking, provoke thoughts out of you. And this is for your own reference. However, I would love you, and this again is completely up to you, to take a snapshot of this and send it by email. Again, you can reach us by email, looking at sageconsultants.com. Send a copy of this to us by email. And I would love to see your answers and responses. And if you have questions and need clarity on any of these questions, please send us an email too. We would love to communicate with you. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me again on our financial workshop. I hope you took some interesting information out of here, helpful information that I was able to help kind of guide you guys on why it's important to know your numbers and how to start gathering your numbers together, because that's the thing about the financial system. Most of you who are just started in business or have not started in business, gathering your historical data or your present data will be huge on aligning yourselves going forward. And these financial systems will definitely help you do this, right? So the main reason for this workshop is to show you how to get, or what information you're looking for as far as, or what features you're looking for in a financial system and what information you're looking at gathering from a financial system. Our next workshop is going to be going over making sure you're paying yourself and then budgeting. So please stay tuned for that, because now we're going to be getting into how to set yourself up for success. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.